Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome, Pastor Tone.
What's going on, fam?
Good evening.
Well, that was short-lived, Miss Retha.
So Sister Boyer's in the background here. That was the shortest assignment I've ever given you, right? That was short, David.
I'll take it.
He's like, okay. So Pastor told I asked Keon to be the welcome person until you got on, and it took a good 1 minute.
Right. I had some parent teacher conference stuff, but I'm here. I'm here.
Good. I know you're juggling multiple things.
Yeah, but I'm excited about tonight's meeting, so glad to be here.
Fantastic. And brother.
Hello, Mom. My mom is on.
Oh, welcome. Oh, she's still trying to come on, I think.
Peace and good evening, everyone.
Hi, Brother Gene Bowie. Thanks for joining.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think your mom is still trying to connect up with audio.
Yeah, I see that. I'll give her a call.
All right. Hi, Jared.
Hello, hey Retha.
How are you? Good. And Shadora.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Oh, they're on. That's
Sister
nice.
Boy is in the background.
Saying hello.
Saying hello to you
Oh,
guys.
hey, Rosalie.
Hello. Oh, it's good that they're on.
So I think we are still, so Pastor Tone was facilitating this meeting, was on this call. For some reason he dropped, so we're gonna try to make sure he gets back on. But welcome everyone.
They got it in the cold, the world big. No, I know. Yeah. Next time.
Welcome everyone. Give us a minute. We're still trying to get Pastor Tone back on this call. So give us a minute. He was just on. He must be having technical difficulties. Hey, Pastor Tone, I've been telling folks you're trying to get back on. Are you good?
I am. My apologies. Something was going on with my internet here, but I am here. I am here. Good afternoon. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll get started in just a second here. Got people still coming in. I ain't pay. They pay for it. Back though, you know. What's going on, Beast?
What's good, Pastor? How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
Congratulations on your,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to tell you. Congratulations, baby.
Thank you, man.
I'm getting ready. They messed my medicals up. They get everything straight now, so I gotta do a double header next week. Like Thursday and Friday. We head out Tuesday to go to Connecticut.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna update my schedule on the calendar. Like once I figure out for sure how I be gonna do it every week, I'm gonna update on the calendar. So, but it's looking like I might be going from Tuesday to Friday. But this week right here coming up, it's gonna be this week coming up is gonna be from Tuesday to Saturday.
Well, good luck, Mike. Prayers and blessings.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Very good, beloved.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Well, welcome. I want to welcome all so much to the Trenton Restorative Street Team's monthly public safety roundtable. We genuinely believe
Recording in progress.
in putting the public back in public safety. You know, a lot of times people think that law enforcement is the only entity that deals with public safety, but we believe law-abiding citizens have a lot to say about how we can make our communities more safe. And so we're so grateful as a team who's committed to seeing our people liberated in our community and for creating a space where those who have resources can connect to those who need resources, but also where we could encourage our people to take responsibility for how public safety looks like in our community. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pastor Tone Bellamy. I am the newly elected program coordinator for the Trenton Restorative Street team. It's an honor to work with the team that I get the privilege of working with in the community, for the community, wanting to see it forwarded in every single way, man. And so we love being public safety professionals in this field. And so before I go forward, I do want to give a few stats in terms of where we're at as a team and the work that we're doing in the community. Again, welcome to all of you who are with us. So glad that you're here. But I wanted to, a lot of times leaders of team get way too much credit, man. We have a phenomenal team that we get to work with, man. So if I could just get everybody on the team just to say what your name is and what you do on the team, I think it's important that we use this space to let people know what you guys are doing, the incredible work we're able to do together. So we'll start with Keon Jones.
Hi, my name is Keon Jones. I am a HRI and also the Street Team Response Director for Salvation and Social Justice Street Team, Restorative Street Team, rather. So my job looks like dispatching outreach workers to crime scenes or people in need. So that's pretty much what I do. And as an HRI, come up with innovative ideas for community engagement. So that's just probably like a brief what's the word I'm looking for? Synopsis of what I do.
Yep. Thanks, Keon. Appreciate you, man. I want to see if we could now get another member of our team. You got to hear from a little bit earlier. Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton. Let them know who you are, what you do, brother.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Mike Hilton. I'm an outreach worker for the Trenton Restorative Street team. My job title basically is, we're responding to situations that's going on. Keon is my HR directly above me, so anything going on, I report to him. Do cases. I also help work with the safe passage and afternoons with the Trenton Restorative Street team with the safe passage. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
That's great. That's great. Moving right along, Quason Pittman. Let them know who you are.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Quason Pittman for Trenton Restorative Street Team. I'm also an outreach worker as well.
All right. I think that's everybody who's on our team right now. We got a couple more.
I'm
On there. Oh, Tasha. This is our social worker, aka the hood therapist herself. Really quickly.
Yeah, real quick. I'm Tosh Shanna Bryant. I am the social worker, aka the hood therapist. And what I do on the part that I play on this beautiful team is linking our community members to the resources that they need, which can be mental health resources, housing support, crisis intervention. I also help with the other HRI, Diane Bellamy. We do the mentoring program and at Trenton High, and that's it.
Great. Good. That is great, man. I wanted to give y'all a shout out. One more shout out, Miss Retha. She's an honorary street team member, whether she like it or not. Miss Retha, I want to let you talk about a little bit about what you do.
Thank you for being an honorary street team member. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rita Onitiri. I am with Salvation and Social Justice. I am the Restorative Justice Fellow, and I do program management, project management, and development for the organization. Good to see you all tonight.
Absolutely. So that's just a little bit about our team and our commitment. As you can hear, phenomenal people doing phenomenal work, man. I now just want to give a few stats in terms of an update from the Trenton Restorative Street team in terms of some of our commitment in the community. And so we want to give some stats really based on the first quarter of 2023. I'm proud, very, very proud to announce that we have had over 36 incidents that we addressed, whether it was in the schools or on the streets through our street team. We instituted a street team response sort of director who helps us strategically respond to incidents, particularly around gun violence in the community. Keon Jones is that director. And so basically what that means is that when there's a shooting, we try to deploy our team on the scene almost immediately. To be out there, not to impede the work of law enforcement, but to simply be present, offer victim services to the victims. We even try to check in on law enforcement as well, man, to make sure, because it can be a hard job for them in some ways too. But for the most part, we just really check in on the victims of violence and try to offer services and follow up things of that nature. So that's some of the things that we do. We had 24 total outreach events in the first quarter where we engaged hundreds of community members. That could have been anything about conversations about career and job opportunities to recommending them for counseling or therapy service through our social worker, wraparound services, etc. We held 4 restorative circle events where we use some of our sort of transformative practices to help people think through emotional health and how to respond to things in positive ways and things of that nature. We had 7 strategic community events and outreach events. These are strategic events where typically once we hear that there's been a shooting at a certain area, we frame our meeting, our community event that week for that location. So for an example, recently there was a shooting in the area of Academy Street. And so we went right out there on a corner of Academy, and I believe that's East Hanover. And we just set up shop and gave out some of our brochures, talked about some of our services. And we actually identified a young man that day who we are about to hire to serve on our Safe Passage team. And so it goes to show that just being present, you'll find that there are people out there on the pavement who want to be a part of this public safety movement. So we're proud to announce that as well. This is our 3rd public safety roundtable tonight. And so we're excited about that. We've been involved with or organized 7 school events because, as you know, we're restoring justice and promoting peace, not just on city streets, but in city schools as well. And so we've done a number of things, especially one of them was like a male empowerment summit where me, Keon Jones, and a few others from the team were a part of in different ways. And then we were a part of 4 community walks or events, whether it was marching against domestic violence or anything of that nature. We were a part of 4 of those events, and we plan on doing another one soon. We're doing a marching in a parade for the North Trenton Youth Baseball Program, where we'll be leading them in procession from Martin Luther King Boulevard up down to the baseball field on Ingram Avenue, man, just making sure the kids are safe as they get ready to launch their new season in 2023, man. So that's just a little update on some of the happenings on your local street team here for the Trenton Restorative Street team, man. We love doing this work. We love being in the city, for God's glory. Amen, said somebody. That's our commitment as a team, and so we're excited about that, man. But we have some great guests, some friends who are with us, man, because we recognize that public safety is a holistic thing, right? It's not just we want to be strategic about that. And so we have some really good friends with us today. If you look into the chat, I actually put the agenda for today on there. I'm not sure if we have somebody from law enforcement on yet, but somebody from TPD was supposed to be here tonight to give us some sort of update. So if there's any representative from the Trenton Police Department at all, can you have the floor at this time to give us an update? Trying to look in the chat and see if I see any of the names, but I don't see any of them. So, all right, we'll skip that. Maybe they'll come on later. As many of you know, like I said, law enforcement is not the only part of public safety. And so there's a number of people as we engage on the block who are looking for career opportunities. So one of the things that we want to think about as public safety professionals is how can we leverage this space to connect those who have resources to those who need resources, man. And so according to our program here, I wanted to give an opportunity before we actually get to some of those career opportunities. I wanted to talk to just a few people from our community, give them an opportunity to talk. One of them is in the chat right here, my man. I met him, got to hear him tell his story. And so he just wants to be able to share a little bit about his story, some of the needs he's seeing in the community, and how he's gifted to be able to meet them. Brother Naeem Baker, Brother Henry Baker, you want to log on, brother?
Sure, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother. What's going on? Talk to the people.
Thank you, Pastor Antonio. It's a pleasure, everyone. Hello, good evening. Basically, I'm from North Trenton. My name is Yenin Henry Baker. A lot of people know me as Henry. North Trenton, as we all know, is mostly drug infested, violent. Part of Trenton. So basically, I went to Catholic school from first grade to eighth grade. About 2 weeks in McCorston Catholic High School, and 2 weeks I got suspended and expelled. So basically, I went up Trenton High, and basically I went left. Got in the streets, and just started indulging in the streets, man, and selling drugs, and that eventually led me to, getting 15 years in federal prison. So, I came home on compassionate release off appeal. I won my appeal, and I came home October 23rd, 2020. So I've been home for about 2 years and 6 months, and I've basically been, dedicating my life to, trying to change lives, mostly the youth, and my story has been resonating with adults as well. So basically, I'm on a mission to change as many lives as I can. So in a nutshell, basically that's the mission I'm on. So anyone that, working with the youth, I'm pretty sure everyone has a relationship to the youth or reentry. Feel free to contact me, and anything I can do to help, try to get my story out there to be able to change some lives. I'm with it.
Absolutely. Powerful story, brother. Powerful story, man. I appreciate you, man, and your heart. And if you've never had a real, raw, and authentic brother come talk to the youth that you're serving, you need to book Brother Baker, man. I'm telling you, man, he spoke to the young men at Trenton High, and it was a phenomenal speech. Phenomenal speech. With that being said, I want to have another community member speak. Brother Perion Dexter.
Hello. Hey, everyone.
What's going on?
Hey, hi. I can't turn my camera on right now. I apologize. But my name is Perion Dexter. I am I would like to say like a gun violence survivor. I was shot due to gun violence, and I grew up in South Trenton. So I grew up in the south side of Trenton. And I feel like I really don't talk a lot. I talk when I'm in a moment. So excuse me if I'm a little off. But I feel like some of the things that was lacking, at least for me, is mental health. I feel like the importance of mental health is really serious within the community, and even like the other things that you guys were speaking upon, housing, etc. But just the lack of support in the mental health category is like really serious. Whether it's from family, whether it's from the friends, or whether it's just from stuff that you see in the community on a daily basis. Mental health, it weighs a lot. And that turns into things with your physical health. So I just feel like, for me, I struggle, and I know a lot of people that struggle with mental health in many different other areas of their life. But mental health, like not having somebody to feel like they can trust or talk to, or for them to understand a situation, for me, and I still struggle with myself, dealing with, things that I may have seen from my community and things that has personally happened to me. Like, for example, I struggle with my mental health as far as me getting shot, but I have friends that got shot that didn't survive too. I'm one of the only ones that survived. So, it gets real deep when it comes to, mental health, and having that support system or being able to open up. And I struggled when I got shot with like physical health because that tied in for me. So just the struggles of not having a sturdy foundation is something that most people struggle with. And like I seen Miss Tasha, the hood therapist. It was cool to see. Like I seen it on Facebook the other day, and more that is needed. Like for kids that's my age or young adults, and even to catch it early because a lot of kids, like even my nephew age, struggle with that. Right. Having being able to open up, and that turns chapters in your life. Like I done been through a lot of stuff myself, from homelessness to gun violence to DIFAS to CMO to homeless shelters, like everything. And growing through that, it is different phases that if I would have had, or if it was more people that, were able to reach me, and if even myself, because I realize somewhat is a fault between both, sometimes it's hard to open up. Right. Like it's really hard to open up, but just having, people there, it is very, very, very detrimental and very important. Not having that support system or not feeling like you can trust that support system, it causes a lot of disturbances. Right. And that's just my personal view, but I see the stuff that's going on, and it's amazing. Like what she's doing is amazing. What's going on in the high school, it's amazing. Like I follow it. Still, I might not always be personally engaged because of my mental health, but I have that understanding and ability to say that, and I feel like that's something that's really important. Just being able to reach people's mental, whether it's with simple things like, I just was going through the projects, and somebody close to me, which is somebody close to me just got stabbed in the head like 2 days ago. And just seeing the presence of the police, but not in a friendly way. You get what I'm saying? Like if the police, and it happens sometimes from time to time, but if it was more of an engagement and branch between the street teams, the public, and the police, not saying that it's not at times because I've seen it, but if it's just more of that there, and just like you said, you went and you're reaching people, just the more that grows, the better. But mental health is real heavy, because like he said, he grew up in the North Ward, I grew up in the South Ward, and it's all the same stuff. Yeah, bad mental health, low on resources, crime, drugs, like but I've come to realize as a young man that struggled with every single last and has struggled with every single last one of them aspects. How important that is when you bring up job opportunities. That's real important, because at times that might not be available. You get what I'm saying? Right. And it's not available, and the person that's trying to change their life, they like, man, I can't. I'm struggling right now. I'm about to have to sell something. You get what I'm saying? So right. That mental health, job opportunities, all of that, it does tie into us to one another. But mental health is definitely a big one for me.
Yo, man, I thank you so much, P, man, for just sharing your heart with it takes a lot of courage to share a lot of what you shared, man. And I think that there are people here who need to hear what you had to say, man. It's real important that we hear from our community. You represent the community, and so we thank you for coming here to share your story. And it's stories like yours that put wind in our sails for us to do the work that we do. And so thank you so much, man, for your feedback, for your counsel, man. And you already know I'm gonna be in touch with you, man. I want to see you thing you need to be, man. Thanks for continuing to be a great advocate, man, for change for your generation, brother.
No problem.
Yep. Yep. So, see, fam, that's what it's about. It's about hearing these kinds of stories, man, and connecting people who need the stories, who need the support that we have to these types of resources, man. With that being said, man, some of the stuff Perry on talked about, mental health and all that, but also some of the stuff that my brother Henry talked about the need for reentry programs. And I'm doing a bid, and now he's out trying to do his thing and get connected. And so we have a brother from our umbrella organization, Salvation and Social Justice, under our great leader, Reverend Charles Boyer, and his wife, Lady Rosalie Boyer. And so we got Brother Jared Hunter on here, who has a phenomenal event around the idea of expungement in particular, which we think is so important. Because a lot of times when people commit crimes, we treat them as disposable. But that's not the case, man. And so it's really, really cool what he's doing. So I want to give him a few minutes or so here just to be able to chime in on this incredible event he's doing around the idea of expungement. Jared, you got the floor, brother.
Appreciate it, Pastor Stone. Good evening, everybody. This is actually my first public safety roundtable I've been to, but I don't know why, because everything going on right now, I should be in these like every day. This is incredible. But yeah, so my name is Jared Hunter. I'm the senior organizer with Salvation and Social Justice. Basically, what that means is anything on the ground, getting people in the room, logistics, details about all of our programs. I help lead around education, civic engagement, and criminal justice. So with our criminal justice work, like Pastor Tone mentioned, right now, we are focused on an expungement project that we're going to be rolling out through pretty much all of the month of May. But kicking it off with an event on May 4th, and I'll put some more information in the chat after I finish speaking, and I'll follow up with Pastor Tone so that he can get that information out to all y'all. But May 4th is basically going to be a panel discussion where we're talking about expungement in New Jersey right now. So some of the things that folks don't know about, when New Jersey legalized cannabis back in 2020, part of the legislation made it clear that anyone who had a criminal charge on their record related to marijuana, it was automatically going to be cleaned off their record. That has not happened for a lot of folks. And so we're 3 years into this process now. Folks are still trying to find jobs, trying to get their record clean. Like everybody, all these stories that we're hearing, people just trying to figure out how to live their lives, and these things are hanging over their heads for no good reason. And we want to hear directly from the community about how we can fix that problem in the fashion that SNSJ always does. So May 4th, we're going to have a panel discussion with some incredible folks, including myself, our policy director, Raquel Romans Henry, some folks probably who are also in this call, some other community members from Trenton. We're trying to confirm the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office as well, because we know that they're going to be doing an expungement event sometime soon, either in May or June. And we really want to make sure that we can get that office in this event, both for the information and to hold them accountable. If they show up and come to this event talking to a whole bunch of people about, we have this expungement clinic June, whenever, people are going to show up. People want that information. People want that access. So it'll be a really great dynamic panel discussion. We'll hopefully be able to share out some more resources then. And then May 11th and 18th, so the 2 Thursdays after that event on the 4th, SNSJ is going to be hosting what we call visioning sessions. So it'll be 2 visioning sessions. They're both an hour long. I'll put more information in the chat. But like I said, we want to hear directly from community members that have been impacted around expungement, whether they've tried and failed, they don't know how, they're not even sure if they're eligible for expungement. And we want to hear directly from them. The first session on May 11th and then May 18th, we're going to be coming together to create a strategic plan around how do we advocate to lawmakers, to prosecutors' offices, to courts, to make sure that people's records can be expunged easier, especially around marijuana, but really anything. Because again, for folks that have these things that are still on their record and just trying to figure out how to navigate their next step in life, this can be a real barrier to that can slow that down. So one thing I'll also put in the chat, I think I might be able to, if I could, Pastor Tone, real quick, I just want to share my screen and show a quick resource that we created about expungement eligibility, just for folks to be able to see it. And I'll share the digital version of it out. later on. But just let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, you can. So this is just a real quick like infographic that we've created to give folks some information about if you're eligible for expungement based on whatever kind of criminal charges might still be on your record. So everything except for marijuana, around clean slate, there's a 10-year waiting period. You should be able to completely clean. And I'll put some more information in the chat about you can actually call the New Jersey Law Center, or excuse me, the Center or the Office for Legal Services, New Jersey Office for Legal Services. They have more detailed information about this, but this is just a quick version to really understand the basics of eligibility for indictable convictions, disorderly person, drug offenses. Again, marijuana, this really should be automatic. Arrest without convictions. So a bunch of basic information about if you're eligible for expungement, we want you to know, because a lot of people don't even know that they're eligible. And to get the information you need to start the petition to get it your record clean. So I'll share this information again in the chat, and then I'll share it with Pastor Tone so he can send it out to everybody. But these are the things that we want to be able to share with the community at large, because a lot of folks don't know this basic information. But it could be just as simple as, well, it's been 7 years since I was convicted. I didn't know that I had 2 years in the past right now that I could have, gone to get my record clean. I've been searching for a job. I've been searching for a house, whatever. These are the hopefully the tools that'll help people kind of get over that hurdle, figure out the next step for their lives. And that's the point of, what it is that we're trying to do.
Absolutely. Brother Jared, is that statewide? I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
statewide, right?
Yeah, that's all in New Jersey.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great, man. I love Jared, man, what you, Raquel, and others are doing, man. You remind us that while we're pounding the pavement, y'all pounding policy, because it takes the pavement and policy to fix the projects. Amen. Amen. And so I appreciate y'all, man, for all the work that you guys doing. And so, guys, please, he's going to put some stuff in the chat. Anybody who has any questions and things of that nature, please put your questions in the chat. We'll have a time of Q&A so that people can answer any of those questions shortly. Really quickly, I want to get to my brother Gene Bowie and Lance Lopez, but right before I do that, one person came on late that you guys got to hear of this brother's story, man. Really quickly, another person representing the community, doing a lot of work. His story is phenomenal. Dante Thomas, are you on, brother?
Yeah, I'm right here, Pastor Tom. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, man, talk to the people, man. Give them a couple minutes, man.
Oh man, about my pad, my name Dante Thomas, born and raised Trenton. Little history. I did 10.5 years in prison for drugs, distribution, crack cocaine. Been home 5 years since being home. Has been very active in the community, bringing change to it. So a lot of individuals don't have to experience the same thing that I experienced, and also to motivate and encourage the other individuals that's coming from behind that same wall that I once was behind. And through the struggles of getting back out here, and a lot of people not knowing how to connect back to society and end up going back and doing the same things that they know how to do best. Right? It's committing crime, whether it's drug dealing, whatever it is, person always go back to do what they know how to do best. When resources not there or resources they don't know about is there to actually help them and get them moving in the right direction. For me, on my journey for these 5 years, I've been out here actually doing that, actually helping individuals, man, building people up. I run a fitness business now, got my own building, had it for about almost a year now. So me, I'm just out here, man, just to give back to my community, to lift it up, and just use my story to highlight a lot of people and show them that like it could be done. Coming from where we came from making mistakes, going to prison, man, and it could be done. That don't have to be your story. You can rewrite your story. So that's what I'm here for, man. Rewriting my story and motivating and trying to help others, man, rewrite their story so we don't keep running back into that system, man, because it ain't for us, Bro, I think as we more educate ourselves and we come out here and get it in the right patches of people who willing to teach us and extend their hand, because a lot of times people not willing to extend their hand. We get a lot of things, even with politics, stuff like that. People talk it, but they don't show it. You know what I'm saying? They'll talk for this, they'll talk for convicted fellas, but it don't show. A lot of people just talk game, man. I ain't about talking, I'm about action. And that's what I've been doing with even out people being by my side. I've been doing it. And then I got some great people who is by my side and been helping me and pulling me along. But I just here, man, to motivate and encourage people. I don't care what walk of life a person came from. A person could have went and got a 4-year college degree. I'm here to motivate that person, encourage them, and take them to that next level. That's what I do here at my fitness business, man. Because to me, it's together, everyone achieve more. So that's some of my story, man. You know, I don't want to be too long on here, but that's in the bud right there, Pastor Tone, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Can we give some snaps to the?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
What's up?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And by the way, if I could shameless plug here, he just started a movement for faith-based organizations called Faith and Fitness. Ain't that right, Dante? Called Faith and Fitness.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that the faith and fitness movement, man, because the churches, my churches is the body, right? But a lot of us is unhealthy in there, man, and we missing something, man. Our health is the key to everything. God tells us our body is our temple, man. So we gotta learn to start treating that right as well as we do everything else. We can praise God all we want, but we don't take care of our body, it ain't gonna be the same. So man, that's just another move, man. Thank you, Pastor Tone. You're the first one jumped it off with me, man. So I appreciate you. You already know.
Sir.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anybody know any faith-based organization looking to put some fitness to their faith? I'll add Dante Thomas. All right. All right. Thank you, brother, for telling your story. I appreciate that, man. Moving right along, man. I want to get these brothers.
We got some questions in the chat.
Incredible work. Say that again. Yeah.
I said we have some questions in the chat from a couple people. So let's check those out.
I'll get to those, Kia. I'll get to those. I see both of them. Yep. I see both of them. Yep. There's a question here really quickly. It says, can I get a possession of a firearm off my record from brother Baker? Any idea about that, Jared Hunter? Jared, in terms of your background on this expungement piece, is that possible?
I'm not a lawyer. I don't claim to be one. I know that certain indictable offenses, if you are convicted, there is a 5-year wait period, and you can't have had any other indictable convictions before or after you were convicted. So if that like matches up for you, like if that's your scenario, then you would be eligible. You could go through the New Jersey Office of Legal Services and fill out a petition. And then I'm going to put the phone number and the link for where you can do that in the chat in just a second.
Thanks so much, Jared. I appreciate that. Is that helpful for you?
I got a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mike, and then we'll go back to you, Henry. Mike.
So what do you mean if you because I for example 12 of them happened once and then the other one happened eligible. I mean I didn't have any since then. That was getting expunged on my record before, and the prosecutor's office denied me. This was back in like 2014.
I didn't catch it went in and out. I'm not sure.
Okay, I was saying that so back in 2006, I think it was like in the summer, I had a possession charge, and then after that, probably like in November, it was resisting assaulting officers in possession of a weapon, a firearm. So, and that was like they both were in 2006. So I haven't been in any trouble since that. But in 2014, I went to the prosecutor's office and tried to get an expungement, but they denied me. Is that why? Because I had the possession of CDS before I got the assault officers and the possession of the weapon?
Yeah, it might have been because of both convictions rather than just one. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to give you wrong legal advice. So
let's not beat our brother Jared up.
No, I'm happy to help.
I ain't beating him up. I'm just
I'm messing with you, Mike. I'm messing with you, Mike. We need to get Angelo on here. That's what we need to get on here.
Yeah,
to answer some of these questions for.
That's right.
That's what we need to get on. Well, you have my word. I'll work on getting him at one of our next public safety roundtables to ask some of these very, 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 very important questions, man.
And we want to do a dedicated Q&A at the May 4th panel discussion just for that too, to have him there in the seat, try and answer some of these questions from the person who would be responsible for helping move that along for people on the ground.
Absolutely. So moving forward really quickly, I got to get these brothers on, man, because we know that in this public safety conversation, man, career and job opportunities are crucial, absolutely crucial, man. They help minimize and the problems and help us better attend to the issue of public safety in our community. So without further ado, man, these brothers need no introduction, man. We're going to start with Brother Lance Lopez, Senior, that is. Come on, brother. Talk to him about somebody. He's got a phenomenal opportunity. Y'all got to hear it, man. Y'all show him some love, Doc.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Pastor Tone, for your time, and thank everybody for taking the time out, and thanks for your gracious invitation to attend the roundtable. A couple things I just want to say. You know, I want to say to everybody, just because you see individuals in uniform, individuals who are health, public safety officers who are working in the community, it does not mean that those individuals don't care about the community that we serve. Our Black and brown people in uniform do care about the people that we serve. Everybody that wear that uniform every day, they care. They truly, truly do care about the people that we serve. In order to be a part of the process, they have to be a part of the process. Let me just say that. And I'm proud to say that I'm a proud son of a former police officer. My father was a Trenton police officer. He cared about the people in the community that he served. And I'm a proud father of a daughter who is a police officer in the great city of Trenton. And she's proud of the community that she served as well. And me, in my 25 years working in a prison system, I was very, very, very proud of the community that I serve as well. In fact, I think I was one of the first and only presidents in the United States who advocated and cared about programs inside the facility. So that way, when people got out of the institutions, they had programs and they had employability based on programs inside the facilities. Since leaving the prison system after 25 years, I'm fortunate to work for a company that allows me to give back, to serve the community that I care about. I always say, never look down on someone unless you've given them a hand to pull them up. In my current role now, and I work for a company called New Jersey MEP, and my primary focus now is I received a $5 million grant to upskill military veterans, their family and service members, and at-risk communities or communities that need help in upskilling them in manufacturing jobs. And these manufacturing jobs pay anywhere starting at $52,000 a year, and in 5 years up to $90,000 to $97,000. This grant that I received allows me to upskill these individuals at no cost. It's a scholarship for individuals to upskill them in certified logistics associate, certified logistics technician, and certified production technician. This is a $3,500 scholarship. The only thing that I ask is people do not waste the opportunity for other people who are seriously considering taking this scholarship money and applying it so that they can make a livable wage to take care of them and their families. I was talking to Pastor Tone today about a brand new opportunity that I have for people who love construction. And we have a new program, which is the OSHA 30. It's an OSHA 30 course. It's a 30-hour course in OSHA to allow people to get this certification if they are interested in becoming a construction worker. So what I did was I reached out to Assemblyman Anthony Varelli and Assemblyman Wayne D'Angelo from the 14th District, and I asked them both, listen, any individuals who are certified, OSHA 30 certified, in OSHA, if they were interested in working in construction, the trade unions, would this certification help them? And they informed me today that, listen, that is a great start for individuals who are interested in construction to be a part of the workforce if they are seriously considering a job in labor. You know, one of the most impressive individuals that I have ever seen in the area of labor is my man and Tracy Syfex. Tracy Syfex was at a reentry conference today, and you know, Tracy has always, whenever he speaks, and he hit a grand slam home run every time he speaks to people, letting them know where he came from and where he is today. And he motivates people to do well and do well for themselves. We at NJMEP, we want to make sure that we are here. Specifically me, what I want to do is make sure that these opportunities that we offer in these areas, that we give this back to our community. There are so many people in the military, veterans and veterans family members who don't look like me and you, who has taken a huge advantage of these opportunities. And you have people who are part of the workforce development programs, such as myself and such as Brother Gene Bowie from the African American Chamber, who is pushing and who is asking all of our brothers and sisters, listen, if you need a hand up, please reach out to us. We have programs, we have scholarship available for these brothers and sisters to make a livable wage to take care of their families, to buy homes, to take vacations, to buy vehicles, to take care of their families. We want to help. We are here for you. We don't want to see them struggle. We want to make sure that, you know, we provide an opportunity to help you in every way that we can. I see my sister's Tracell Syfex is on here again. She's a sister that wear that uniform every day. She's not here on this call just to be here on this call. She cares about the people in our community. So we wear that uniform. We wear that uniform proudly, but we also want people in our community to know that just because you see us in that uniform or saw us in that uniform, it doesn't mean that we're not here for the people that are in our community. I want and I challenge individuals who are looking for a career in manufacturing, a career in construction. Please reach out to me, reach out to Brother Gene Bowie, and have this conversation about how we can upskill you into making sure that you can make a livable wage to take care of yourself, your family, your children, providing a pathway for you to make a livable career and a pathway for you to have something for you to be proud of. One of the comments that was made in the reentry conference today was that we all have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to help each other out in every way that we can. Jesus was here and his disciples was here, and they all worked. There's nothing wrong with men not being felt ashamed of not working. We are not supposed to be here to make men feel ashamed of not working. We are here to be assistants and to help our brothers and sisters become more self-sustainable and provide for their family. So again, if anyone is looking for a way up and a way to make a livable wage, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself. My cell phone is always available to Pastor Tone. Anyone who reaches out to me, please reach out to me and we can provide this assistance and the scholarship opportunity. The only thing, again, that I ask is that people who want this opportunity take it very, very seriously. The certified logistics courses are a 40 to 50 hour course that you can take self-paced. The 80 to 100 hour production course is a course that you could take self-paced. We can also do it in person as long as we have 12 people or more. We can do it at our training facility. We can do it at a location, a community center, a center that you have. We could do it at the church. We could do it at a community center, whatever the case may be. The OSHA 30 course, we can do that again. That has to be in person, but we can do it at a facility or a training center that is convenient to each individual who wants to be a part of this program. So each one teach one. We all have a responsibility to help each other. So I am here to help you. I'm here to help this community. I'm here for you, Brother Tone. So just reach out to me, let me know. And again, thank you for your time and thank you for the gracious invitation.
Absolutely, man. Brother Lance, thank you so much, man, for those incredible resources available, family. Lance, if you could please put your email in the chat. Look at calling awesome dad in the chat. I think that's great. Really appreciate you. I appreciate particularly not just the resources that you're offering, but thank you for sharing your story as a Black man who's had to wear the blue uniform and the history that has in your family. I think Shadira is absolutely right. Right, it's not the individuals, right? It's the system, right, of policing, right, that we're bucking up against, and rightfully so, Shadira. So I want to say amen to you in that regard. But I think that it's possible for us to celebrate the individuals within the institution who are trying to do right by our people, even as we advocate and challenge the systems that have dehumanized and degraded our people. Amen. We can do both and. It doesn't have to be an either or. And so thanks, Shadira, for your always advocacy heart for this work. And thank you, Brother Lance, for being one of the individuals who has done well. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you in that regard, man. 25 years you did?
I have a question.
25 years? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Got a question? Go ahead. Yep.
Yes, I just wanted to ask Mr. Lopez, people can have records to attend these trainings. That doesn't matter, right? I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you did say that or did I miss it. This is not okay.
So what we did was we created a consortium of manufacturing companies. So a part of my responsibility was to create a consortium with this $5 million grant of companies. And one of the things I said to these companies that we not only want them to hire military veterans in their families, but we want to make sure that people in the community are hired for these manufacturing jobs. We want to make sure that individuals that take our courses, we have vetted them. We have made sure that they have the know-hows and the ability to have been trained. We vetted them. We made sure that they have the necessary trainings that it takes to become an employee, especially those individuals who are re-entering the workforce from our facilities, who have been locked up for X number of years. Those individuals are just as disciplined as military folks.
That's good.
Again, working in these prisons, I spent the better part of 18 years at New Jersey State Prison. I started off at Mountain View and I ended up at the hospital when I retired. I have never seen so many disciplined individuals who's willing to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and work consistently every day and put themselves and go to school at night in the prisons. That takes discipline. And these individuals are coming out of these institutions and they don't have the opportunities that people, regular everyday folks, have the opportunity they have, and they just not taken advantage of. So what I say to the consortium members that are a part of my consortium is they need to make sure that they consider and hire not only the veterans and their veterans' family who serve our countries for the freedoms that we enjoy every day, but they need to make sure that they hire people who are been in the facilities, who are coming out, because they are just as part of the workforce. They are more disciplined. They are disciplined, if not more, than any other individuals, because they are willing and ready to work, and they're disciplined, and they don't want to go back in those facilities. So we are definitely pushing to make sure that they hire those individuals. Now, institutions or employers who have governmental contracts that deals with the background of individuals, we can't do anything about those companies. However, individual private companies that hire everyday people, they can hire those people and they want to hire those people. They just want those individuals trained. So we are here, we are ready, and we want to make sure that we expose you to the environment and the employers that are hiring. We have 2 placement recruiters within our company who will help you with your resumes to make sure that your resume reflects the training that you have received. And they ask these companies to make sure that they interview you and make sure that you are part of the process as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. If it's possible, Pastor Tom, Mr. Lopez, I'll reach out to you. I'm Tosh Bryant, the social worker for SNSJ for the street team. So you and I can connect, because usually I'm the person that's on the ground and connecting people to resources. So I would love for this to be a resource to give a lot of the guys that we're on the block with. So maybe tomorrow I'll set up a time to give you a call and just figure out how, we could keep a collaboration going to make sure that, a lot of the men that we connect, we can get those services.
I am definitely a resource for you. And listen, I have absolutely no problem coming out and having a conversation with individuals, either one-on-one or in a group. So just let me know. I'm here. I'm there. Just give me a call, let me know, and I'll make sure I forward you. Send me your email, and then I'll send you everything that you need to make sure that you can get the message out.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We
Thank
trying
you
to
so
work.
much.
We're trying to work with Brother Lance to actually have one at Greater Mount Zion. Ain't that right, Brother Lance? We want to have a cohort.
That is right.
OSHA,
that is right.
OSHA 30 cohort. We're working on that. Be the street
Absolutely.
team for sure. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And thanks for your question, Tosh. Also wanted to transition really quickly as time is getting before us. Brother Gene Bowie, representing the African American Chamber of Commerce. Let them know, brother, what's going on, man, and the opportunities for training you got available for folk.
Yes, sir. So this has been really enlightening for me, brother. So I guess what drives me specifically, right? So I'm from Newark. I'm a transplant to Trenton. I married a Trenton girl. Best move I ever made. but I'm originally.
I knew we had a lot more in common than I thought, man.
Scripture says, "To whom much is given, much is required." And I'm a Muslim, and the holy prophet, peace be upon him, said that you should want for your brother what you want for yourself. And so for me being, and I'll just give a little history because folks need to know your brother, is that I've been clean for 34 years. I was homeless. So I crawled up out of hell. And because I took that trip, my brothers and sisters shouldn't have to take that trip, right? Because I've been there. So anyway, so I'm just thrilled. I've retired twice already. And now Brother John gave me the chance to pay for some sins, right? Because I was kind of crazy too as a young person. But as executive director of the Training and Development Institute for the African American Chamber of Commerce, what Brother John said to me when he asked me to come to work, the chamber has been around for 15 years, been headquartered in Trenton for 15 years, has almost 900 member organizations and businesses in it. But Brother John said to me that, Brother Gene, with all that, we can't talk about economic development in a town where you have nearly 30% poverty. So you can't really talk about economic development until you raise those at the bottom. And so my role in this is to connect people to resources and resources to people. And Brother Lance, I love you, man, for the work that you're doing and the opportunities that you bring into our brothers and sisters, because I don't know if people pay attention, but advanced manufacturing is a payday that lasts forever. And you can take that skill and that certification anywhere in the country. So I say that because sometimes people don't understand, but you should reach out for brother, because that's a real opportunity. And so one of the things that we do is we've established relationships, particularly in Trenton, with Mercer County Community College and Mercer County Technical School. And what we did was we went out and found people to actually donate money to fund scholarships, because in communities like ours, the barrier is always money. Well, in one of the richest counties in the state of New Jersey, the barrier should never be money. And when you look at the oppression and exploitation that the so-called criminal justice system and the educational system and the political system has done to people like us, we need to force them to do the right thing, right? And so, can I share my screen, Brother Lance? I know I only got a couple minutes, but I really want to share a couple of things with you. Let's do this one first. All right, so this is a relationship that we've established with Mercer County Technical Schools. And the relationship is that we fund scholarships to this school in these 5 subject areas: carpentry, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and cosmetology. And I'll tell you a quick story. Back the last week of August, I received a phone call from someone who was working with some young brothers who were residents in the JJC. So they were about to come out. It said 6 months or so they were going to come out in the street. Well, if they didn't get any kind of skills and we didn't change their reality, ultimately they were going to wind up back in the street doing similar things. And then they weren't going to the JJC, they were going to prison. And so we were able to get 5 scholarships in carpentry for those young brothers. And the JJC actually transported them from Burlington County to Mercer County to take those courses. So what we do is we leverage relationships. If you think quickly about strategy, right? So a Venn diagram, for those who have never heard that term, is overlapping circles. And so the priority, because all these things are interrelated. So our priority is first people. People need hands up. Yes, we might have to feed them for a while, but the idea is to repair them so that they can feed themselves and their families. The second piece of that strategy is partnerships, establishing authentic partnerships with organizations that allow one, for them to fund scholarships to pay the tuitions for the career technical education and vocational training, and 2, to employ these people, right? And then the third is to work with our legislative friends to actually break down systemic barriers that kind of hold us down. So this is just one. I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep going because here's a really good one I want to share with you. This one. All right. Then again, this one is with Mercer County Community College. There is a partnership between Capitol Health, Mercer County Community College, and the Trenton Health Team. These are free scholarships, and they're only for Trenton residents. And we in the 4 Cs this morning, Brother Tone, I know that you heard the gentleman from Capitol Health said that when people finish this training, they're going to hire them. That's what he said.
Yep.
You know, that's what he said, right?
That's what he said. And we're going to hold them accountable. We're going to hold them accountable.
Right? Because you saw the question that I asked him. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But this program right here is so sophisticated that what they're also doing, you see that phone number at the bottom there, Brother Tone? If you could share, I think I sent this to you, share this with people. They need to call that number because there's also money in this. It's called the Trenton Neighborhood Initiative to help you buy homes. So they provide the down payments for homes, but you got to be a Trenton resident to take advantage of it. So please, if y'all could see that, take that number down. And then let me see, I think I got one more. I really wanted to share this one for you.
Just so you know, Brother Gene, I dropped all of your stuff that you sent in the email and that you're talking about. It's all in the chat.
It's in the chat. Okay. All right, great. So I don't have to share anything. So I'm going to give you another example, right? And I'm going to give you 2 examples. We met with Brother Pastor Boyer yesterday, I think it was, and he mentioned that he was out on the streets, doing the thing you guys do. And he asked one of the young brothers, what would it take for you to get out of the game? And he said that the brother said a CDL license. Now think about that. So with a CDL license, you could, you go to work with someone as an apprentice, and then you can ultimately start your own business, get your own truck and do your own business. Well, about 5 weeks ago, we got a referral from the Department of Corrections for a young man. And so we have an intake process. Write this email address down. It's real simple. TDI, Thomas David Irene at AACCNJ.com. That's TDI at AACCNJ.com. And someone will connect with you because this young man, in 2 weeks, he graduates from CDL school. We funded that certification for him. That's the real work, because that life is now transformed. And we're from our perspective, it's not about making things better. It's about transformation. If you look in our cities, and I'm listening to the stories here, and one brother told the story, the mental health. Brother, please email that address and talk to Sister Vivian and let her see if she could connect you to some resources. But it almost brought me to tears, because when we did the root cause of gun violence work almost 3 years ago, the top 2 causes for gun violence in the city of Trenton, the first was childhood trauma and the second was poverty. And hurt people hurt people. So until we intervene and take care of people, we're going to still have this mess. And so what we really look to do at the chamber, we do a great job with businesses. So let me just say for you, if you got a small business, you need to join the Chamber of Commerce, right? One of the benefits to join the Chamber of Commerce is if your income, your small business, you join the chamber, if your income is less than $500,000 a year, you get pro bono legal service. Where do you find that? So there's programs for the businesses, but my role is to uplift people. So I'll close on this note, Brother Tony. And I don't think I said this yet, but I've been clean for 34 years. I have fewer years in front of me than behind me, and so I need to pay for some sins, because I don't want to be on my deathbed asking Allah to do me right when I could have cleaned up. I could have changed the story, man. We are responsible. As Black men, we have a responsibility to ourselves, our families, and our community to do the right thing. And as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, that there's nothing more powerful than our unity. And so if each of us contributes for the benefit of all of us, like my strengths may be your weaknesses, and your strengths may be my weaknesses, but together we could change the world, right? So 7 and 1 is 7, 4 and 3 is 7, 5 and 2 is 7. 6 and 1 is 7. And so we might look at things differently, but unity does not mean sameness. It means the oneness of purpose. And so use that email address I gave you earlier, because we have opportunities. That the flyer that I put up with Mercer County Technical Schools, we got money we can't even spend. Did you hear what I said? There's money on the table because we can't get people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired enough to go and do something for themselves. You have to sacrifice for yourself. And it takes time. Those courses run from September, most of them from September to I think May or June. You're done. Don't get paid. And then last note, the city of Trenton has a need for building inspectors, right? Well, Mercer County Community College has a building inspector certificate program. That program is 2 months, 60 days. The beginning salary for that role is $43,000 a year. The median income in the city is only $33,000.
Only $30,000.
Right. So what I suggest is that don't be afraid. This is another thing, because we have pride, because I've been there too, right? Don't be afraid to ask for help, because there's people who are just waiting. There's people just waiting for us to decide that we want to do something different. And so, I'm here to help you, brothers and sisters. I've been at this and for a while now in Trenton, since my daughter Nina woke me up and said, "Get off the couch, Pop. Dad, you know too much not to be giving back." So I'm here in any way that I can. And the road is not easy. The road is not easy. And in the Quran, it says that trials purify. And so just know, don't give up on yourself. And if that doesn't work, then you got to try this. But you got to start. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the very first step. And this is the last thing I'll say, Brother Tone, is that there's a quote that I've probably been saying to young people probably for 20 years. It's by Bobby Unser. And Bobby Unser says that success is the point where preparation and opportunity meet. And so often we miss out on opportunities because we don't prepare ourselves when we can.
That's
right?
good.
All right. So love you, brother pastor, man. I appreciate the work you do. God bless you for your service. And the chamber, we're gonna try to make some things happen. So here's the last note, because this is a surprise. I'm sharing this kind of early, right? because when you have nearly 30% poverty, literacy is a problem. People can't read. If you can't read, people won't hire you. You can't read a safety manual. You can't do anything, right? So we've been negotiating with McGraw-Hill for the past 2 months now to do a pilot in Trenton around literacy. And the product is Achieve 3000. So if you Google it and look at the YouTube, you'll see we're about transforming people.
That's good.
If we could move people's reading levels in 6 months, 2, 3, 4, 5 grade levels. Think about how transformative that is. So we're trying to make them people, them billionaires, kind of pay for this stuff, right? So,
yes,
I just wanted to share that. And we're hoping to launch that pilot. I thought it was going to launch last week, but then they're kind of cheap. So you got to beat them up over the head and talk about how they depressed us and stuff. So we're still working on it, but inshallah, that'll happen. And then we're going to have these literacy camps all over town. Places that you could go twice a week, 3 times a week, get what you need so that you could transform your lives. So anyway, God bless
Absolutely.
you, Brother Pastor. Appreciate
Thank you, man. Brother Jane, thank you so much for your genuine heart, man, and the plethora of resources that you have available through the African American Chamber of Commerce. Everybody, please know that all of the stuff that he put is in the chat, flyers for it, emails connected to that. Please see to it, man, that you use this information and get us. I appreciate you, Dad.
You saw that, right? You saw Rachel, right?
Love to see the family
Love
stuff.
you, Rachel.
Love it. We got the daddy-daughter dance happening in the chat, y'all. But we love it, man. It's beautiful, man. And so any of this information, please see to it, family, that you use it for yourself if you need it. But if not, pass it on to somebody who you know needs it. Man, there's so many people in our communities, man, and we have to be better at disseminating this information. So much in the chat had to do with people saying, man, I didn't know this stuff exists. The public needs to know about this. And part of what our commitment is as a public safety team, as a Church Restore the Street team, is to make sure that we do our best to get these resources in the hands of the right people who need them. Because that's what this space is about. Connecting those who have resources to those who need the resources so that real change can happen in our community. Somebody say amen to that.
Brother Pastor,
all right. So listen, man, I got
Brother Pastor, you got the SORA training flyer in that package, right? So I just want to let y'all know.
Let me make sure.
Yeah, just make sure you got it.
Yes, it's there.
It's there. In March, we did a SORA training for 17 people. Out of the 17 people, 2 had to be disqualified because you can't have a record. So it came out. They didn't say they had one up front, or we wouldn't have done it. But out of the 15 left, 6 are already working.
Wow.
That was just a month ago, brother. And so we've got another class next weekend, but that class is full. We have 14 people for another class. So when you see those flyers around the SORA training, man, scan that QR code because these classes are filling up. And all over Mercer County, they need security guards. So you can eat like right away. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother Pastor. Sorry about that.
Man. So again, another opportunity there, man. Our time is before us, man. We got so much more. We had a whole segment on domestic violence that we wanted to talk about, but I think we'll push that for the sake of time to our next thing. We know that that's a huge issue in our community. We've been talking to Director Wilson about this. We were actually on site at some recent incidents in the city that were very, very tragic. We're engaged with some of the family members in that regard as well. And so we'll give you an update on that. You'll see some stuff about us talking about public safety and what we're doing for the Trenton Restore the Street team on our socials really soon on Instagram in particular. And we're going to have some stuff on Facebook as well. So please be on the lookout for that. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Love y'all. And remember, in the words of our great leader, Reverend Boyer, it's on to liberation. Let's get it. Love y'all. Y'all take care.
Peace.